No, I had to.
I was waiting to see how he was going to transition it this time.
I was waiting for a moment.
He had so many moments.
A
But-
moment like this.
Oh god.
After finally bringing together the bracelets and entity, with Wildglen finally reuniting with his long-lost beloved at Seiya, giving an opportunity for some warm-hearted reunions and some other highly emotional returns, with Misha having conversation with her pack family while the rest of you relaxed, looted, and had a bit of time for yourselves.
Forgot about
And
Misha.
after exploring and getting yourselves all of your items and whatnot, Misha, having been alerted that her unique circumstance is in fact a gift from the Glade, whatever that means, for her to become the pack leader at some point in time. While not wanting to depart from the party, she did feel like she needs to put more effort in helping her tribe, or her pack, regrow, but that she will be on call for you all, and that she will still be on the material plane for this foreseeable future, until she's able to bring them all back to the realm that's blanking my mind.
Feywild.
Feywild, thank you.
Feywild.
Fuck me. Wow, today is not my day.
Don't you love
But-
it?
With Misha departing for the time being, and you all having a night to relax and stare upon the skies and stars, being able to spot the sparkles of the odd creatures that you were hunting down for the entire time. Sending Howard to investigate while you guys were all asleep, upon his return, notified you that he found the cave in which they resided in before they were ceremoniously utterly imploded and incinerated in an instant. Seeking to find the cave and see if your items are in fact in there, you camped out outside of it, waiting for yourself to recover and be at full capacity to encounter whatever is in there. With Dalmar sneaking in invisibly, the moment that he comes across the crown of Volmer and takes hold of it, is when the creature in question lays claim to its lair, paralyzing Dalmar and revealing itself to be a fully mechanical dragon. Pure metal of hatred and death, as you all make your way in to help Dalmar get out of there, and suffering heavy damage in the meantime, while expending everything that you possibly can to escape and making your way to Luma before it can finally get its grasp of a metallic jaw upon you all. But, having escaped from the dragon, not wanting to deal with it in the mountain range where it chased you, where it tried to chase you down, you are at Luma, outside the city walls, making your way back inside, Cart and Pegasus and all, conversing over what in the fuck are you going to do? Because you're safe, you're not in harm's way yet, and you have some downtime for you to enjoy. So, with you all making your way into the city, the familiar sounds of active nature and familial monstrous races all around, what is the plan besides Dalmar's little checklist that he has?
Fuck. We should go to, what's her places? Half Dragon.
Cassandra?
Andre.
Cassandra.
And see if she could tell if there's any form of tracking or curse or something on this crown.
Wouldn't
We
we have to
could do
take out the
that.
bag?
That's fine. We could take it out of the bag. I mean, realistically, even if it did have tracking and that thing flew all the way over here,
You still have
Do you-
time.
well, yeah, there's time, but also, do you think it would lose to Luma of all places?
I don't know. A giant mechanical dragon attacking a city like
The king and
We haven't
queen
seen the
are
extent
fucking
to this
800-year-old
defenses, but-
vampires.
I mean, I feel like they would not be happy if we lured in a mechanic. They may kick us out and not let us come back.
Also, this is an important note to make. Luma, although it has powerful individuals, the defenses haven't been shown to be the best. See, the spiders creatures they needed our help to deal with.
And Castian, who ran amok in the city.
I mean, that was
So,
just
yes,
their
it has
basic
powerful
guard.
Rules, the city as a whole is lacking. To some degree.
You also got to realize that was those are all things that, well, not Castian. Castian was just a wild goose chase for the guards. But, like, the spider stuff, that is outside the city. They're also not going to probably send their own military forces to deal with that when they can just hire an adventurer to, you know. Also, if the dragon did show up here and they took it down, they probably wouldn't be that mad at us if we gave them the dragon. Because then they could research it and probably fix it up and get it back going as their own guardian.
I mean, we could always ask her if it's a possibility that the mechanical dragon could track this treasure.
We're walking and talking, by the way.
Yeah, I figured as much.
Before we take it out of the bag.
Yeah, either way, I think we should go talk to her about it because, you know,
I think
as
we
far
should
as the
talk
people.
to her, I think we should get permission from the king and queen of Luma.
I mean,
To take it out of the bag?
Yes, because if the dragon comes here and people die,
yeah, that's why I say we go to Cassandra first, get some information, see what she says, because, like, right now she's the most knowledgeable person we have for magic and dragons in general.
This is true.
You know, so if anyone would know,
We're
it's
just
probably
gonna run in there
her.
and be like, hey, yo, mechanical dragon, what do you know?
We're just ask about
Sorry,
taking from a dragon's hoard and can they
my
actually
brilliant
magically track
showing.
it. This is-
I gotta tone it down,
And then
reel it back in.
if we find out that it can be tracked and it's not something we can remove, we keep it in the bag of holding. And then maybe we contact the king and queen and see what they say.
Well, I think Dalmar was planning on doing that anyway.
Is on the list.
Because to be fair, people need to know that Keeley has this thing.
Yeah.
If they still even have control over it. If it hasn't just gone completely haywire and living in the mountains and they can't control it anymore.
swear to God, if Keeley managed to unearth this ancient, like, magical, mechanical beauty of a dragon, and then lost fucking control of it,
Oh, that's definitely what happened.
I'm rebelling against them twice.
God. Just burn that whole country to the ground at this point in time. Start over. Yeah. They do need to know. But, again, let's not bring every tiny little squabble to them. They are busy people.
Has Dalmar ditched us already to go do that?
No, I imagine he's still with you guys. Just
Okay.
there's probably a skip to his step that's like always waiting to do so.
Yep. Okay.
Let's solve what we can for ourselves, then bring the information to King and Queen. Because it is something they should probably know along. But,
And the more information we have to present them with, the better.
yes. Because if there is some kind of tracking on here and we can't get rid of it, they might also want to use that for their own benefit.
They could reverse track it, or we could take it out at the most right time.
Yeah. So, there's goods and bads to all of this. But we need to find out more information first. Also, I want the rest of that fucking horde. I'm
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
broke right now.
Was a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah.
Even, like, money aside, imagine the amount of powerful items in that.
Right?
I just want my scry orb back. Let me see.
But making your way to Gassinder's stop, and it being the late afternoon, no, early morning, because rotation of the planet, late morning time as of right now, being able to walk into Cassandra's shop, where it seems to be very quiet at the moment, where she seems to be just kind of cleaning up, placing items after kind of dusting them and placing them back in their position and whatnot, and seeing you guys come in. There's a bit of a curious gaze that you're coming back so soon.
That's true. We were just here.
You're here 3 days ago.
Oh, okay. There goes my question of has the item list been updated?
Actually, 4 days. 4 days ago. But still.
Has the item list been updated?
It should be, yes. Her
You
item
know what
list
you must
should
do.
be. It should be at the very least. Yes.
There it is.
It's Dragon's Horde. No, it's not Dragon's Horde.
No, it's Dragon's Breath.
It's Dragon's Breath, yeah.
Why are they all fucking dragons?
Actually, it's ironic the two that you encounter are dragon themed.
The Dragon's
Oh, yeah.
Horde and Calfod is probably the other dragon guy that we totally think is a dragon.
Yeah.
Is that what's his fuck? Ivar?
What is his...
Is that his name?
Ivar.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man
Yeah,
who's
myself.
covered in an illusion and very openly lets you know.
Yeah.
it's an
No,
illusion.
he's totally a dragon.
Yeah. That makes sense that it wasn't on Jack's, history check. That's still one of the funniest asks I've ever had. I make a history check on Jack's body count.
See if he's felt this sensation enough before.
Yeah, pretty much. I told that to a
Whatever.
couple of my friends, and they just died fucking laughing.
But another case with you guys arriving at Cassandra's shop, and she does look at you curiously. To what do I owe your rapid return?
Oh god. Sorry, Jack wants a wand of binding.
I want... Okay, I need to see...
Anyways, we had a issue. How familiar?
As adventurers do have.
It was a interesting encounter.
How familiar are you with dragons' hordes?
Depending on your definition, intimately or thoroughly.
How do they track things that are taken from their horde?
By natural instinct. Any item that has belonged to a dragon's horde has naturally become one of their own belongings. They can track near enough even a piece of silver that leaves their horde.
Can they track it if it's in a bag of holding?
This begs more questions, but to answer yours first, no, they would not be able to. It would be alterplanar, and thus the distance, by definition, would not be within their range.
Is there any way to break that connection?
Slay the beasts that you seem to have come across.
Huh. Nothing else?
How long is that range?
Rough estimates depending on the age of the creature and the volatility of their desire for their horde ranges between so much as a mile, if not even the entire continent of their area.
What if it doesn't ever have an age?
Jack, you're asking questions she couldn't know answers to be fair.
The one in question's mechanical?
You mean metallic?
No, mechanical.
Prestidigitation, image on the wall.
There is an instant look of confusion, but also a little bit of humor. Kind of like she wants to laugh at a joke that you're trying to tell her, but with the minor
But it's
illusion.
not a joke.
Yeah, with the minor illusion, there is definitely also a registration that's like, no one can just make a joke to this detail. What is that abomination?
Keely's newest toy.
Reminds me of a Warforged, but with a dragon instead of a person.
You got rid of it.
Fuck no!
No, it almost ate us. We grabbed one thing, and then we had to run for our lives.
I'm
Do you
honored
think you
that
can get rid of
think
it?
so highly of our skills that we could take on a beast like this.
You've come
Just
across it,
casual.
and you've come back alive.
Let's put it this way. We made it out alive just from sheer dumb luck, and it's probably...
Pissed?
It's probably almost as powerful as your father.
Or more.
That might be overselling it.
No,
Jack,
I
but
wouldn't
it
say
is-
more. But, like, it probably on par with your father.
There is a look on her that you have not ever seen. A boiling rage behind the eyes in that instance. What do you know of it?
Well,
It's ancient. It's been uncovered by Keely. It can burrow.
killed.
What do you mean ancient?
It's a technology lost to time. Theoretically, it came before the first. The Age of Chaos.
A machine like that should never. It can't possibly. The dragons would have annihilated it.
Unless it was hidden away. Thing can burrow. We know that Keely was doing something off the coast months ago. Half ago,
Specifically in the sea.
specifically. I mean, fairly close. There's some giant whirlpool that they were creating out in the water, so it might have been bottom of the ocean. Right now, it's in the mountain
Off
range.
of Keely, you say?
Mhm.
And you watch her prestidigitate her own rough map area of Borisland. And she points to that center chunk right off the side of Keely. Where there once was land that sunk into the seas.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that.
Look at
I
Volmer.
would explain that.
Do you know that, Volmer?
Did Wilmer know that?
Yes, it's actually the reason why Borisland, even though it's a divided continent, is still considered a singular continent. Because
Yeah,
during the Age of
because-
Chaos, that center chunk literally vanished off the face of the map. Which it's still
Oh.
believed that.
He was just being a dummy and not connecting the dots, I guess.
These
Volmer's
motherfuckers.
like, oh yeah, there was land there.
These motherfuckers
And
found
there's
Atlantis.
always been. But yeah, essentially that's what it basically is. A lot of people
Found
believe
Atlantis.
that whatever
Oh my
was
God.
down there was something big enough that either the gods or something during the Age of Chaos decided, hey, let's literally crack the continent and sink that shit.
Is that
It
where
was
the dragon
dragons.
turtle was?
No, Dragon Turtle was northbound.
Oh, okay.
We know they had control of it because they use it to burn down towns looking for people.
I have a feeling they may have lost control, but that's just a gut instinct.
I
I don't think.
Eh.
I think that.
I don't think Kiwi would let themselves lose control of such a thing.
Yeah, it most likely they leave it to its own devices, let it have its horde in the mountains, and then they have some device to call it.
It seemed at least somewhat intelligent.
It also.
I don't know if that was originally its horde. I think it was originally the owl bear dragon's horde.
Yeah. It's its horde now. Yeah, I mean, the dragons will steal other
Sweet.
hordes and then make it their own.
Whatever the cause may be, it doesn't matter who has control over this thing. It must be destroyed.
I agree with you, but I'm not doing that right now.
That's way out of our reach. Way
If
out
you
of-
haven't noticed, we've lost a few of our friends recently.
I refrained from mentioning that. But
Yeah.
in that case, this is to be brought up to the king and queen immediately. A threat like that in existence, even across the seas, must be recognized.
That was partially why we wanted to talk to you, because we needed some advice on what to do.
We needed to have more information to bring. That was our next step. Because honestly, if it hunts it down all the way over here, do you think Luma and their defenses could take it?
Luma cannot stand to an ancient dragon, if that's what you presume it to be powerful enough to do so. Our defenses are many, but it can just simply fly out of range of our cannons, and it can fly out of range of any crossbow that you could possibly plan to use against it. And the people will be devastated. Our guards will be more busy on protecting them than they will be to defeat the creature.
Fuck,
It's how cities fall.
I wish Jack was still his smart self. I would 100% try to help them create a fucking artillery cannon.
Volmer, can we teleport to the Keeley capital and just leave the crown and then teleport out? And then the dragon's pissed at them, and then their own dragon just takes them out?
Atrin, so that relies on a lot of things, the biggest being that the idea that Kiwi cannot directly control this. If they can, then all we did is we told the king, hey, here's this super powerful crown.
The last thing we want to give is that crown, but like...
That's fair, but it'd be really funny if the dragon was so pissed off at them.
It would be, but we're not... There's a lot of luck involved in that plan.
That's fair. Luck is never on our side.
Fuck no. Okay. If you find any information that might help us, greatly appreciate it, because this is way the fuck out of our wheelhouse. I couldn't even hit that thing. Saved my life, and it had multiple...
Reflected magic.
Yeah, reflected magic. Hard shell, had massive vents to just hit everyone with fire. Could paralyze, could be invisibility. It was a menace.
This is beyond anything that this realm and age can possibly craft at this time.
Ancient. Very ancient.
Unfortunately ancient. If you will not seek audience with the king and queen, then I will.
Oh.
Otherwise, there's much to do.
Oh no, we
We're
will.
heading there.
We were heading there.
Thank you. Again, sorry to keep barging in on you and...
Sharing terrible information.
I invited
day.
I invited quite a bit of it with the crystals, but this is a whole different nature.
Yep.
Yeah.
You're just...
Would it be... Is it a bad time to try to do business?
Oh my god.
Look, there's a really cool cleric spell there that I want, and I can put it into my spell book, and then I can be a wizard casting a cleric spell. Come on.
What is it? What spell is it?
Harm.
Oh.
5,800. I'd have to trade a magic item for some gold, but like I have 5,400
We...
and a wand of secrets that I never use.
Oh god, we got that Wand of Secrets way the fuck back in, on the island.
On the Dragon Island.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which... Wait, didn't that have, like, Dispel Magic and shit like that in there?
No, 3 charges. I can use an action to expend 1 charge. If a secret door or trap is in 30 feet of you, the wand pulses and points to the nearest to you.
Yeah, it just says, hey, there's a secret door over there.
Oh.
But you have to be within 30 feet of it.
That used
Yeah,
to be a
so you
fucking
kinda have
elf
to get
racial.
lucky.
Yeah.
That's shitty. And it uses a charge?
It has 3 charges and that uses 1.
If it didn't have charges, I think that would be a kind of cool magic item, but like...
Be pretty great.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but then you can kind of just spam it at all times, and it's like,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean... Secret doors, like how often are you going to run into a secret door?
Depending on the dungeon, all the fucking time or not at all.
Yeah, I mean, like,
In
if you're in
the
a dungeon
drow-
crawl...
Underground, in the drow area, there were at least 3 or 4 of them.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's because I like secret.
It also
Really?
depends on the DM heavily.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
And you guys were playing an edition where that was a racial for elves, was the
Yeah.
sea secret course, so... I mean, see if you could trade the wand and shit.
And I trade that for 400 gold, and then use my other 5,400 for the scroll farm.
Are you doing Wand of Secrets?
Yeah, Wand of Secrets. Wolver isn't occurs like a very persuasive person, nor is he a good deal maker, so he's 100% not trying to bargain this at all.
I would say if you're not gonna try to bargain at all, she's willing to make that trade.
Okay.
Yeah. I will also thank her again, because you are our foremost expert on dragons and magic that we know, and you are a great help.
Understandable, and I do appreciate the high esteem.
So,
She bows back, and
Clank,
as she
clank,
hands you
clank.
off the scroll, Fulmer, she does look at you curiously. Goes, "A fair warning. These types of scrolls have begun to appear in quite a few places. However, very few wizards have actually been capable of inscribing them into their books.
Oh.
As in, they've just been struggling, or?
Whomever created these scrolls, they did it in some unique manner. One that I personally have not had an interest in trying. But those who have not spoke too keenly on failure or success."
I have a funny thought.
If this fails, is it just gonna cast harm on me?
No. This would be like very chaotic energy of making these scrolls and have it set to where if you fail to inscribe it, there's a chance that it just blows up your fucking spellbook.
No, that's not what you. That's not what she means, is it?
It is
She-
now!
She said it herself. She's not inclined to have discovered as to what they mean. I simply forewarn the same thing that I forewarn anyone who, since I've begun to receive information of this kind.
Do you have any other scrolls that are like that here?
Only those of the religious effect.
Which ones?
Hex is a warlock spell, so I'm assuming that one doesn't.
No. I believe this is the only other one that she has. Yes.
Okay.
It's the only spell that she has in the scroll
Okay.
form.
Damn. I was gonna see if I could do it. I don't want to take
It-
Fulmer's scroll.
It is partially the reason why it is not priced so chaotically.
I mean, TTK is not enough of a dick where he'd just delete my entire class, is he?
I mean, I'm not deleting your class. I'm deleting your spell book.
Which is my only class ability.
No, it's not. You got rogue.
I'd essentially be a second level rogue.
Yeah. Well, no, you still have. Well, okay, hang on.
I know I'd have Blade Song and I'd have.
Okay. No, also the way the wizard works is that the spells that you have right here, right now, like prepared, those are still accessible to you. So you could still rescribe those if you wanted to. You don't
So I could
lose
lose-
everything.
I'd lose everything I don't have prepared at this moment,
Mm-hmm.
which I feel like is still huge.
Oh, it absolutely is. But you're not back to 0-0. You're just back to 1. Well, 1.5.
I'm gonna get like a second spellbook just to inscribe this to be safe.
I mean, in technical reasoning, that's literally what, Fuck, I forgot his name.
Fulbright.
Fulbright?
No. Laura's friend. Why did fucking... this is not my day.
Cassius.
Cassius, thank you. Fuck me. That's what Cassius did.
Yeah, he did have a whole spare
Yeah.
spellbook.
He literally had a
Do you
secondary
want
spellbook.
my spellbook that I have, Volmer?
Oh yeah, sure. I could try it in that one.
I mean, to be fair, I was gonna try, now that we've sort of fixed my wild magic, I was gonna try to cast the Chaos Bolt out of the spell and see what happens. But
We can try that.
I
can.
if
Spellbooks
it's
are like
still
what, 5 silver?
what?
Spellbooks are like what, 5 silver?
It's not
Like that?
expensive.
want to say they're 5, so they're not much. Spellbook. Doo-doo-doo. Oh, 50 gold pieces. Never mind.
What the fuck?
I mean, they are magical spell books.
Yeah, that's the enduring spellbook.
Nope, that's just the spell book.
Oh, okay.
The enduring spell book.
Well, that's a magic item, so it's going
It
for
is a magic item.
pricing.
It is a common one, though, I believe. So it's not. Yeah, it's common. So it's not the most expensive thing in the world. That ranges between like 250 to 500.
I think I put the wrong thing in my inventory. It's
You
not
might have.
it's not an enduring spellbook. I think it's just a regular spellbook. Yeah. Let me switch that out.
But in either case, she does give you that forewarning that to be careful with a religious spell scroll.
God damn it. Why?
What's up? Ashen looks like she's struggling.
I am. It's fine.
I spend the 5,000 for... No, I'd have... Okay. I'm going broke just to safely do this, because I have 169 gold pieces left.
Whew.
Look, it's an expensive spell, but like it's a cleric spell.
It's a 6th level cleric spell, so it'd be very worth if it goes off.
Yeah, a fucking wizard pulling out a 6th level cleric spell as a secret weapon. Like, no one's fucking expecting that.
Yeah.
Okay. I put it in there, and I noted that it has Chaos Bolt written in it.
There you go. But not the case. Unless anybody else wants to do a little bit of shopping.
I don't think.
The one time we actually do proper business and don't ask for gimmies. I feel like whenever we go to her, we ask for something.
To some degree or an extent, but she is also asking you guys to collect the crystals for her, so she's very loose.
We have just been giving her those too, so
Yeah.
like. Not gonna lie, some of these spells sound like fun, but like.
I Look, we need to build you up before we start casting higher level spells with you.
What?
I am so glad we did not just jump to sending. Like you
So
want to.
give her sending instead every time she uses it.
So like I seriously am considering. I want to test the Chaos Bolt out of the spell now that we've.
Yeah, you should test that
my
before
wild
you start
magic.
spending gold on scrolls.
No, I'm not gonna get anything. But then I also want you to teach me sending, and I'm gonna cast sending on Jack when we can see him to see if I'm affected by the wild magic or if the person I'm casting sending on is affected by the wild magic. Because if it's my parents who are affected by the wild magic, you can fucking bet that if I have extra spell slots, I'm just gonna cast sending on people I don't like.
Just occasionally cast sending
For
on your
no
dad.
fucking reason.
Fuck you, wild magic surge.
Yes, exactly. It'd be funny as shit.
Whoa, wild magic be upon ye.
I'm. You don't want me in my house because my wild magic bugs you? Here, have some when I'm not even there.
It's probably not gonna. I see no reason it would be on the person, because isn't it wild magic the spell does not go off?
No, it goes off.
No, it goes off if the spell is continuous, but if it's just casting a spell,
The spell goes off, and then the wild magic surge happens.
yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So technically speaking, if you counterspell the spell, the wild magic will not occur because no magic actually being expended to cause it.
Hell yeah.
No. Because if they counterspell my spell, don't I lose the spell slot?
Yes. So yes, it would be that way.
The wild magic does occur.
I would say yeah. No, never mind. Because to counterspell something, the spell has to be
Mhm.
cast. It's just they break it before any effect actually occurs. So no, fair enough. Yes. But not the case. Unless there's anything else for either of you, I would say not Jack, who currently has abandoned the ship.
He said he was coming back.
I'd left to get cigarettes.
Milk? He never
That
came
just
back?
reminded me of a dumbass joke I heard, where you just asked a simple question to a person: "Do you like milk?" Well, I don't know, because my dad never came back with it.
Oh no.
That's beautiful.
I heard that, I was like, I hate it and I love it.
Yeah, I would assume that we decide to head straight to.
King and Queen,
King
right?
Queen. I kind of loosely assume as well. So, hopefully speaking, Jack has no additional things to do here.
Yeah.
I will admit, though, just as a side note, I might come back for that. Let the start of the other run of fire resistance, because that's just what I already have. Just I'm half damage to fire,
Half damage to fire is really nice.
especially with like the things we tend to run into. I feel like we take fire damage. Actually, no. I feel like we run into electricity a lot. Weirdly enough.
Recently, yes, it has been electricity.
Right.
Okay.
It's like Pokemon games where you see like different typings for different regions.
Kinda.
Electricity is always late game, and it makes me sad because I like electricity mons.
Yeah, but that's because electric is a really good type. But in either case scenario, making your way northbound to the castle itself, where along the way nothing really eventful occurs for the time being, as with it being a passing standard week. Arriving at the wall itself and the gates, asking for permission to see the king and queen, and as prior before, having to wait a little while for them. As always, they seem to be up to something in some way, shape, or form.
They
Usually no
fucking.
good.
Able to be allowed inside to the grand foyer that is the castle itself, and able to be served by the servants at hand any drink that you so desire and whatnot. Before about 30 or so minutes of waiting at that point in time, unless anything you want to do in that instance, is when the king and queen would arrive ceremoniously atop the grand stairwell to make their way down to you all in a very slow, monotonous, and flashy fashion as they tend to enjoy.
They were totally upstairs fucking.
We can talk about your fanfics with the king and queen later, Ashrin.
What's a fanfic?
No.
Ashrin in character is 100% the type to write fanfiction. I am.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh yeah, 100%. Calling me out. I'm not kidding you. I have Jack and Ashrin fanfiction. It's right here. Nobody else is writing it for me. I gotta write it for myself.
That feels so fitting and so wrong at the same time, and I love it.
Yeah.
We should make that like a canon book that we somehow stumble upon in our shit.
Oh god.
Like Ashrin dies, we're going through her stuff, and then like
There's just a fucking list, a booklet of just fan fiction.
Well, I mean, there's
What would
definitely
you
a
type?
note in there in case she dies.
what would she put as the title of the book?
I
Of
don't
this
know.
like cursed fanfiction book?
There's definitely not a fanfiction book. Like, there's her extensive journal that might have some little doodles and shit in there. But there is also a note in there addressed to everybody.
With Jack's return and the arrival of the King Queen, hopefully you had nothing to talk to with Cassandra on addition.
No.
But
Do need to double check our shop though.
in the grand foyer with the King and Queen once again finally presenting themselves after a bit of a lofty wait, they do smile upon your return. So, what is it that we're to talk about today?
I am afraid it's not good news. Quite concerning, actually.
Oh, quite frankly, when it comes to adventurers and the like, is there ever such thing as good news?
Sometimes?
I feel like we
Rarely.
have never brought them good news, to be fair.
No.
Wrong button.
I can't imagine they enjoy seeing us.
No,
I just noticed,
never.
Walmer, why is your...
Fuck are you making Constitution saves?
I just noticed that
What the
his
fuck are you talking about?
thing has a +5 to it. Why? Why does your con have a +5?
He modified it for the
Why does
spell.
my con have a +5?
For
Oh
tensor.
yeah.
Oh, for
no, I need to take
tensors.
it off.
Tensors, right?
No,
Fair
it
enough. I
was-
forgot about
it was-
that.
Because when we did tensors, you had me write all my shit, including the +5 for Blade Song for
Yes.
concentration.
Yes, so that you wouldn't have to worry about it.
Because
Forgot
every
about
time since that, every time before then, I was always like, oh, +5,
Yes.
+5.
But go on. You have our attention.
So, Kiwi, should I
Scary,
be able to say this?
mechanical dragon.
That's one way to put it. Yes.
I mean, they'd be a fantastic toy.
No.
No, a fully
No.
functional, elemental breathing, magic repelling,
Horde having.
horde having mechanical dragon.
Think of
And
like a
Volmer's once
warforged,
again,
but with an ancient dragon soul with it. the power.
Volmer is once again gonna prestidigitate the image of the metal dragon. Seen on the borders of Keeley and where was it?
LA.
In the no man's land in the mountains.
In the no man's land, but I want to actually like say specifically
Between LA,
where.
Keeley, and that no man's land mountain range.
Yeah, so on the borders of Keeley and the no man's land and the mountainous.
Curious.
Most likely dredged from the bottom of the ocean on that landmass that was between the continents.
that
and
fell during the
controlled.
divergence.
Yes.
And controlled by Keeley.
Those stories of the divide are indeed true. Civilizations long lost and desired to be have forgotten reside down below in the depths. Curiosity to muse in the future, but for now, what dangers does this creation pose at the moment?
We don't know exactly. We ran as soon as we saw it, as I feel any sane person would.
We also.
But adventurers are not quite so sane now, are they?
No, not sane. We also may have taken something from its horde.
It's in a bag of holding. It can't track it.
Not at the moment.
Not entirely my worry, as we are far distance away. Dragons do chase their treasure, but they do not chase it far.
This
But
is
curious
all
as to
the
think that you
dragons.
saw a threat and decided to steal from it.
Well,
Uh,
it was stolen from us first.
By another creature. It killed the creature, took the thing from it, and
We just wanted our stuff back. Then the thing was scary, so we left.
Unfortunate circumstances.
but
should-
either way, this thing is a threat to more than just Luma and the surrounding
And
areas.
us.
Thought it best to bring it to your attention.
I'm glad you did. A threat, true. But for now, if it is contained to its land, we can take solace in that we will not be going to war anytime soon.
But what about when Keeley
Mhm.
decides to start running rampant across the land?
Oh, that's the good point to know. If Keeley begins to run rampant, we know what to expect from them. A terrifying thought, no doubt, but one that I cannot concern myself until it becomes avid.
At a game, did we let them know about the astral shard Keely making?
I don't believe so.
We never got the chance.
Yeah.
No, I don't believe so.
To add into all of this, Keely is creating its own astral shard. That's how the first one was originally made too, before it was smuggled out. And doing so, it takes hundreds and hundreds of innocent lives to make, which they were doing.
Contradictory to the newest weapon. It will take lives, and the other one costs lives.
Yeah. But most likely they're going to try to make another one. We know someone who was on that original experimental team.
Call it my intuition, but I feel that Keely may be biting off more than they can chew for once. They can only
For
create a
once?
cage so large.
They have a habit of biting off more than they can chew, to be fair.
Oh, but they used to build on walls around that issue. But now with a dragon in their midst, and an astral shard that is contradictory to what they seemingly are owning this dragon for, something tells me they're going to implode from the inside rather than the outside.
I can confirm that one.
I don't think they will. Because they've set in motion many plans to utilize this power. They've also got the strongest, or the most prevalent and the best tinkerers creating war machines for them. On top of that. So between
And yet
all
they
of
still cannot stand against the world.
yet. But with the power of an astral shard and a ancient dragon mechanical tech thing that can reflect spells at people,
Allow me to ask you this. Why do dragons simply allow kingdoms to exist beneath them?
I mean,
I don't know this out of
indifference.
character.
Because they do not fear them. They can strike them down in an instant. If this mechanical dragon is still within their control, then what do you think would happen once the astral shard is in play?
The
Creating
dragon
something
will
that is
want it.
stronger. Indeed. If their control holds over the dragon, they'll get big-headed. More so than their stature already allows.
My
Maybe,
thought process
that's-
is less.
Granting the dragon has free will. Well, how much free will the dragon has would be more precise.
You claim that the dragon has a horde. Why would you give a horde to a pet? To please it. To keep it tame. But how long will that happen? Until it wants more than you can give it.
That is under the assumption that they do not have a device created by whatever civilization this was that just forces control.
Indeed.
If they have
There are
that,
many question marks in this situation, of which none can be accounted for.
I'm just saying, if they have that, and they have the power of the astral shard, or other endeavors not related to the dragon, just... I fucked around with that astral shard. It can do some... That's how we found them in the first place.
To fear something that is not a direct threat would be proving cowardice. I will take it to accordance, but for now, across the sea, and quite possibly Keely's own self-imminent demise, I will see to it that I am not entirely pressed on the matter. Of course, if you wish to take it upon yourself to possibly halt either of these progressions, I will support you. To an extent.
The dragon's well outside of our wheelhouse right now.
As many dragons tend to be.
I mean, the dragons we've met, we've been able to deal with up until this one.
The dragons you have met have also been cowards. A curiosity of mine of which I still hold.
Sorry, I'm laughing. Just this motherfucker really saying, yeah, the dragons we've met are bitches.
Yeah.
I mean, most of the dragons we've met have been younger-ish, except for... Well, except for the fucking island.
Well, it would be more accurate to say the dragons we've met we've been able to strike deals with. We've always been able to talk our way out of it rather than having to fight them.
We've only talked our way out of 2. We've killed every other one.
And Jack, how many dragons have we met?
Now? What was it, 6?
Are we
Okay.
counting the half dragon, half other creature?
No.
So
Like
we're not counting the Ettercap dragons and the Owlbear
Oh,
dragons.
no. Yes, those ones. I thought you meant like it's Indra.
We conquered
Yeah.
that one too.
Like, you're right, we conquered that one.
You guys haven't conquered that one. Yeah.
Not yet. Let me just
Yeah.
pencil that in for tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, like
Put it in the quest log.
only one we've had to talk our way out of was the dragon turtle in the island. I keep
And the
forgetting the name.
crystal.
I don't really... I mean, I don't think that they were going to keep us there. Gem Dragon. But I don't really feel that as a confrontation versus...
Yeah, but it's still a dragon we've talked our way out of, like having
Yeah.
to deal with. Which is
Also-
kind of my point of like we've only killed like one actual dragon.
one real dragon and then, the 2 hybrids. But I still count them as dragons because they are partial dragons.
Yeah, but they're not this degree of dragon.
Almost worse, to be honest, because they're
I
mixed.
disagree.
Well, when you have traits like a dragon that can shoot a spider web at you, I think that's worse than like one that could just shoot fire.
What about a dragon that can paralyze you and then cook you alive while you're invisible?
Yeah,
and then
that too.
reflect all of your spells.
Yeah.
I do want to note he said something about he has a curiosity for mentioning dragons.
Mhm.
We've told him like every dragon we've encountered.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna ask him what he's still curious about with the dragons that we've encountered. What he wants to know.
The dragons have been disappearing for years now, sightings of which have become non-existent in the past 3 decades. And yet you've come across quite a set few of them yourselves. Now, color me suspicious. But does that mean that there are many others out there who have encountered dragons and simply not told the tale? Or, to be more accurate, they are purposefully hiding themselves? You've now not only slain a dragon, but you've come across several. You've now even encountered a metallic one. A forgery of ancient past that has now been awoken in recent time. I am curious on the reemergence of an enemy.
Honestly, I'm kind of happy that he wasn't like, "You're a fucking liar."
Yeah.
'Cause that's the biggest thing. Everyone's just believed us.
I mean, because
They either believe us or they're just nodding and playing along because they think we're crazy.
I mean, in all fairness, the only people you've told about this are people who would look at, yeah, literally in that instance being like, oh yeah, like you came across
That
a dragon.
checks out.
Yeah, it's like, sure, you're adventurers, you came across a dragon, yeah.
well, I
And
mean,
then, to
if
be
you
fair,
look at
we
it,
normally then show like, "Oh, we have the horn."
Yeah? You could just collect it off of a alchemic shop or something.
but that's also the thing, though. Everyone we've told about this are also people who are very knowledgeable historically,
Mhm.
and
Yep.
so like, they're not people who would shy away from someone saying that they saw a dragon and probably be like, "Oh, you're just crazy, weird adventurers."
Yep.
Especially when you bring out relative proof.
I would say, especially given the fact that every time you bring them information of having encountered dragons, it's because they're interested in dragons.
Yeah.
No,
So
if
every
we just
time you
started
bring it up, they're
spouting
not
this
gonna
shit off in like a tavern, people would be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Except for the one drunk guy who's like, "Oh yeah, talk your shit."
Yeah.
The one drunk hype man. Realistically, at this point in time, it's just piss poor fucking luck. I feel like running into all these dragons. It's been a pain in our ass.
Historically unlucky.
Yeah.
Or historically common, dependent on what is written in scripture and what is hidden behind whispers.
Possibly, but I am worried about maybe some possible emergence of fuck, what's her name? The island bitch.
Estargal.
Estargal.
Why is my brain being so choosy with some names? today?
Right. For some reason, I can never remember Estargal. It's a simple name.
What's Lur's friend's name?
Cassius.
There you go. Every time I hear Estargel, all I can think of is escargot. And I'm like, little snail dragon.
I hate you. I hate. Hate.
Just what the outer brain dragon looks like.
Yeah,
God.
kinda.
Yeah. There's a possibility that some forces may be working to release Estargal, or possibly that she's an avatar of Tiamat, or all have crazy hypotheses, but a lot of things are happening in weird ways. Like these half-dragon creatures we do. Someone is making.
Which we ran into another group of them.
Yeah.
Which we didn't tell them about.
Oh yeah, we haven't told you about the owlbear electric dragons.
Originally was stole our stuff, took it back to their old horde, which is now the horde of.
I mean, can it be considered stealing if they just looted it off a dead corpse?
Can we please not bring that up for this time?
An interesting moral
Volmer, you're gonna
quandary.
have to deal with it sooner or later. You can't just pretend you didn't die twice in the last 2 days.
Yes, I can. Watch me.
Jack's just gonna backhand Volmer.
It's not healthy.
A lot of connecting threads and a lot of mixed fate.
Yeah. I don't remember that again. Have we told him about the possibility of someone turning these dragons into dragon orbs?
No.
Did we tell him about the orb?
No.
Nope.
No, we gave it straight to Cassandra.
Yeah,
Mhm.
no. We
The
haven't-
creatures themselves, you told him about. The orb itself was kept secret.
Yeah,
Specifically so that we wouldn't have to worry about a tug of war for the orb.
that's true.
Whoever's creating these dragon creature hybrids may also be responsible for disappearances of some of the other dragons. Like the gold one from 30 years.
A specter in history. Capable of striking down dragons and yet unspoken of anywhere else. And now, they've run out of prey. So they make their own.
You're the
See.
second person to come to that conclusion.
Feels quite common, if I'm being quite honest. Unless you can find an ulterior motive of some sort.
I mean, I don't know if they are creating their own. Like, this is me just personally speculating. I don't think they're creating their own prey per se. We're pretty sure that the entity doing this is a dragon themselves. I honestly think that they might be doing genetic experiments to create something stronger than dragons.
Plot twist. It's Ivar who's doing it.
That would be actually really fucking hilarious and weird at the same time.
That'd be insane.
Yeah, it would be just wild.
We
Be it
thought
as
you
it
were our
may.
friend.
Be it as it may, if there is a shadow in the background, creating such entities and creatures, another problem that, at the moment, does not need to be at the forefront of our thought. Damn it, Vollmer.
I will quit. I will just flat out fucking quit.
A Bry's a dragon now?
Nope, I will
Oh,
Oh
just.
my god,
was.
wait, is the mechanical dragon a Bry? Did they just take a Bry's soul and shove it in the mechanical dragon?
No, I'm done.
Next
out.
time we go see it, he's just gonna be like, oh, hi again!
Fucking
Jack
done.
actually just straight up quits the campaign.
Just
Yeah.
leaves the Discord call, never
Oh,
comes back.
100% I would.
Oh yeah,
So-
I'd
so
be
it
done.
happens. Jack doesn't say a word, leaves the doesn't even leave the call. He leaves the server.
I love that. All I have to do is I say a familiar tiefling with curved horns
Nope.
and
I'd
red
be
skin.
I'd be out. Goodbye.
Yeah.
Now you
I'm
need to
done playing.
Now you need to introduce a character who's our best friend but looks eerily similar to a Bry. So just every now and then you can terrify us with that.
Nope, I'd murder him. Don't
Yep.
care. Too close.
Sorry.
Probably a relative. Needs to. We just need to end that bloodline. That's.
I'm sorry. Do
You
you
don't know
just
if you've
do you
done
just
anything
have
wrong.
something against red-skinned tieflings now? Because that's a little bit racist, and I'm concerned
I
for
love
my
how
own
it's like,
health.
No, I
uh,
have things against
we don't
the
know if
Bry
you've
and his
done anything
bloodline.
wrong. We don't know if you've done anything wrong, but you look like Hitler, so we're stabbing you.
But it's just Charlie Chaplin.
Charlie.
Oh my
for fuck's
God.
sake.
I hate it, but you're not wrong.
I love it so much.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm the one who
Anyway.
pronounced I'm
No,
fat.
you're good.
The whole time.
But at the moment, not to be worried about at the forefront. We take issues as they become more relevant.
Yeah, we keep getting thrown into stupid shit left and right.
As is the life of an adventurer. Quickly learn that there's far more pieces on the board than just a simple match understands.
Yeah, but when you run into like 3 world-ending issues in the last week,
I think we're gonna take some time and relax. At least a week.
Sounds like a very wonderful idea. After all, you do have some weeks before the coming snow occurs.
Snow?
No?
We are only simply a month off, after all, before the first snowfall.
Oh.
Then we have to worry about.
well, it's a good thing we don't travel too much on foot around here.
Yeah.
Kind of tap Dalmar in the head. Good way to get around.
The dink on the little helm of teleportation.
Gink, gink, gink.
I do want to ask, the thing we took back from that horde, are you okay with us bringing it out of the bag of holding here?
If you would be so inclined, of course. You are more than a distance off. You're more than oceans off of that dragon. Short of this mechanical beast having a tracking feature of some sort that spans the entire globe, the entire realm.
Okay, yeah,
As long as you think it's safe.
yeah.
I have faith in my arcane trustees.
You know,
Damn, even in a magical world where they have no technology, they know that the Earth is round. Yet somehow, some motherfuckers in the 20th century,
right?
including Damar,
I was gonna say, actually, I found this out. Apparently, there was a book written in like 1836 that already said that, like, by the way, we all thought the world was flat, but actually, it's probably fucking round.
Well,
oh
I
yeah,
mean,
no, they figured this out a while ago.
they
I just
figured
find it
this
really
out
I just like-
literally in the BC eras.
Yeah,
I
honestly,
just-
once they started observing that the planets were round with rudimentary telescopes.
I mean, that's what I was saying. Yeah, once we got to that point, it was like, oh yeah, the Earth has to be round. There's no way it's flat, and yet we're here now.
Which on
It's like-
on that note, I find it hilarious how every single experiment done by flat earthers to prove that the Earth is flat
Yep,
has instead proven that the Earth is round.
yep. And they always find some way to be like, they're fucking with us. They're doing it in real time right now. They're ruining our experiments. Like, okay, all right.
All in the middle of bumfuck nowhere, 2 o'clock in the morning. Like,
Well, one of the best ones I love is when they said, like, I take a picture outside the window of a plane and it's curved because the window is curved.
yes. Oh my fucking
It's
god.
like, oh,
I hate that so much. Or
so
like
stupid.
when you actually have photos from the space station from the astronauts, because like there's a whole TikTok where they just have literal videos of them doing work on the outside of the space station, and you can see the fucking planet and everything. I'm like, oh yeah, they have a fish lens on their cameras.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
Or like, oh no, my favorite, those fucking videos, you can't see stars. And like, oh yeah, it's fake because there's no stars in the sky.
But they're in the middle of the fucking city.
Well, no, on the space station.
Oh.
And they say that it's fake because there's no stars in the sky. But there's so much light saturation from the
I was
sun,
gonna say, yeah.
you cannot see them.
Yeah, because it's bouncing off the fucking Earth, so it's like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not, well, yeah, sun and Earth itself. But yeah. It's just like, bro.
We live in an age.
We live in a society.
Alright, well, I will pull the crown out and just kind of, hold it so they can see, and I'm going to hand it to Volmer.
Seems like something that befits my head, doesn't it? Certainly
Possibly.
a bold fashion sense.
Yeah, but I don't think you would get very many benefits from it.
Oh. It's that sort of crown.
Yes.
Does it come with land as well?
I don't think so.
No.
Unfortunate.
Found it at the bottom of a river on a corpse held down by magical vines. To an
A curiosity.
ancient king.
Yeah, that's quite interesting. The story behind the theoretical story behind it.
As are many of the ancient lost past.
Okay. Well, if y'all aren't worried, then that's good. But we still wanted to double check with y'all, and we don't want to bring any harm to.
Oh, I dearly hope so. Especially now when we've already implanted trust upon you.
This place is more of my home than anything else. I like it here.
Pleasure to hear.
Did have a thought though. I heard that you guys have cannons. Have you ever tried making a giant one?
It was an attempt that was made by a group of dwarves some decades ago. Though it ended up failing spectacularly due to complications in being incapable of importing proper metals. Unfortunately, the dwarves would refuse to share their homeland secrets, and, well, there's only so much iron can manage.
Fair enough.
That sounds like Keely.
Yeah, I mean, research into it might prove useful, especially if the dragons are coming back. Just a thought.
Unfortunately, weaponry of that kin would only belong to the dwarves. And until we can find their homeland upon a volcano and learn as to their methods of crafting steel that rivals even that of adamantium, well,
I mean, I was thinking maybe look at the Tinker guilds and the head Tinker families. See if you could go less mechanical or traditional canon and more of an arcane type system.
The magic requirement for that would be extensive, and the work would be exuberant. Don't think we have not given it thought, but the actual creation of such a wonder would be an endeavor beyond even what's protecting our city now.
Fair enough. It was just a random thought. Because flying dragons and all.
Don't think the dragons have not thought of such a thing either.
They're mostly arrogant. So.
Some are conniving.
Yeah, we haven't ran into those. Well,
Not that you're aware of.
what's her fuck on the island again? Why can I not remember her name?
Because hers is just the fair lady.
The fair lady.
No. The fucking island bitch.
Oh,
Escargot again!
Escargot. Yeah. So,
Escargot!
I remembered Escargot, could not remember Escargel.
We just call her Escargot now.
Yeah, like,
No.
Oh.
bro,
No. God damn it. Oh, now I'm just thinking Vollmer just anytime that brings out just goes, oh, just like, I know what you mean.
oh. I might start doing that now.
Escargot.
Oh,
is
what's
now
her name?
friend.
Oh.
Holy fuck.
I hate it.
Escargel.
Escargot!
Escargel. I will
Kids
fucking
may have done
remember.
this to yourself.
I didn't, you did it!
It's like fucking what's the concert?
Coachella.
Coachella.
Oh, you fucking, no, fuck off.
Yep. I'm still proud of that one. First session.
Nope, fuck off.
Oh, okay. Well, we appreciate your time and everything you've done for us. We're probably gonna take a breather for a while.
When you are ready, I am looking into that job that I mentioned quite some time ago. If you ever feel the need to put yourself to work.
Refresher
more
on the job.
updates.
Was it?
Oh, there's very little information on it as it is. I'm researching it as we speak.
What was it about?
Or more accurately, my informants are doing my job.
I don't remember this.
It was offhand.
Okay.
Can you share a little bit of information about it? I'm curious. Just
One of our allies has begun to act a bit suspicious on your stomping grounds. Forestland, after all, is very self-centered, but if you are to aid me, then I would rather it be someone who actually has experience on that land.
Which ally?
Make a persuasion check.
Also, who do they mean? Warner's home or Jack's home?
Forestland.
Vollmer. Forestland. They said
Okay.
Forestland. You do see him kind of puzzle for a few moments before there's a bit of a, like, I'll trust you gaze in that instance. An ally in Darden, at the complete opposite side of the continent.
What would Volmer know about Darden? Just as a local.
All the way in the east of Darden. As a local, what you know about Darden is that they're not the most hostile of companies. If anything, they're probably the most politically aligned country in all of Borisland. They do their absolute damnedest to make sure that anything is written in paper and fought in paper and pen. They very much believe in the pen is mightier than the sword in every which way possible. And very rarely does that pen become a sword, but when it does, they tend to their connections to make sure that they keep what is theirs. But even then, that's not to say they're exactly clean by any means whatsoever. As long as it's written in paper and it benefits themselves as much as others, if not more so, they're more than willing to sign their name to the devil if that's so case.
Damn.
So, when you say they've been acting weird, how so? We've had a few
Some
people...
of the propositions that they have been placing have begun to become far more strenuous.
Okay.
There's only so much supplies we can offer, and they continue to ask for more.
They're asking for strange, considering. Well, we're just gonna.
Does it feel like they're amassing for war?
I'm not quite sure if I'm being honest, and that's exactly why it is I'm having my personal agents look into the matter.
Make sense if. Because chances are we are not the only person who know about Keely. Well, no, that would be dishonest because Keely would be unlikely to just let people. Well, we're just kind of just like voicing his thoughts and then stopping and then thinking and then stopping.
I mean, it would be a logical assumption. Especially since Darden isn't too far from Ely. Or LA, sorry. They just had, what, two towns burned to the ground? Or was it just the one?
Alay, as far as you know, only had one.
Okay. But
But
that is
it
close.
would go to reason that the dragon has been sighted other places.
Because we heard rumor of that, what, even in the Grand Duchy of Solar? Didn't we? Because I thought we heard rumors of it on the road heading up to the No Man's Land.
Oh yeah, from Wild Glen, who said that something has been running amok in the
Wild
mountains
Glen, okay.
before affecting you.
Okay, I thought we heard from someone else
No.
besides him.
Nah, it was a ghost dude.
Okay.
And I just assumed he was talking about his girlfriend.
And then, yeah, with how close LA is to the Principality of Glenia, it makes sense that they would catch wind of that. So, and they are on the border of Keely, up north. So,
But no need to trouble yourself on that information. If something comes up that needs a personal hand, I'll be sure to call upon you. Otherwise, for now, I merely want to know what it is that my ally is plotting.
after we take probably 2 weeks or so, that might be a decent pathway. Because we are pretty fucking broke right now. Yeah. Anything
Alright.
else you guys need? Just look to the rest of the group and King and Queen.
No, I think that's everything we needed to talk about.
Well then, if you are going to be here for 2 weeks' time, I suggest you prepare yourself for the Fair of the Night.
That
A yearly celebration of the people where we give grace onto the factor that the light will shine the brightest, which will also mean the night will be the most dangerous. And while we revel in ourselves, in our relative safety of the walls or cities and homes, we enjoy it amongst one another. For there's no telling what could possibly remain in that dark that could wipe us out at any moment and instant, like a metallic dragon.
Jack really wants to say something to be a cheeky bastard. This is your view to the dice gods. He'll do it.
Oh, you didn't do 1D.
Oh,
You
okay.
just did 100.
I was like, it just
The dice
missed it.
gods really want you to be a cheeky bastard.
They do.
Jack will give the biggest shit-eating grin, and he'll say, or a vampire.
That one, okay. That one in Keeley does not feel right. Because Kiwis were like, oh, everyone can come here and be accepted for what you are.
Luma.
Luma, why am I
Yeah.
saying Keeley? I'm tired. Luma.
I mean, that's why he's giving the shit-eating grin, too, because, like, he's been around for a long fucking time. He's probably dealt with all of that shit.
That feels like subtly racist.
I mean,
Jack wouldn't be opposed being turned into a vampire.
Is a vampire really a race, though?
Kinda.
is that racist?
By D&D's definition, I would say so, because
Well,
race-
Actually, you'd
It's
be
not.
wrong.
it's
It's
considered a
not.
monster.
Yeah.
It's a monster.
Vampire is considered nothing more than a monstrosity, and if you put into a category, unlike dragons that get their own category, they are simply considered undead.
Yeah, that's why,
Because
like,
normally, you don't have a city run by a vampire to go like, hey, we should probably kind of respect that man a little bit. Instead, they go like, monster, kill it.
Stakes and torches and pitchforks.
Yeah.
it's talking about night being the most dangerous point, well, in history. Probably because of vampires, too. But,
how does the king react? I'm curious.
yeah,
He just laughs. He genuinely just laughs and gives a shit-eating grin in return.
It's just a joke between
yeah,
friends.
I mean,
Okay.
I'm just gonna say, I love it here.
But, in either case,
Yeah. Give our goodbyes and pleasantries and start heading out.
and as you depart the castle, you have time for your own. Any plans and thoughts for you to do for both the rest of the day, and if you do plan on doing a bit of a elongated vacation time, plans for that.
I want to try to see if I can find a shop. See if there's any shops around that sell a decanter of endless water. For no reason, just to have it for RP. Always nice having a fresh source of water.
What was the festival called? It was the Festival of
Fair of the Night.
Fair of the Night.
And it's less of a
Is that-
festival.
Okay.
Is it more along the lines of like the Day of the Dead type of thing? Almost?
Sort of, yes,
A
actually.
general feel or whatever.
Yeah,
vibe.
where it's like, you do celebrate it, but it's not like a big party celebration. It's far more of like a internal, personal sort of thing.
Reverence.
I believe, if you look at the calendar, I believe I described it as a personal wake.
So-
Oh, well, that's fitting. Volmer can have his own wake.
No?
The Day of the Dead wasn't really that far off then.
No, it really isn't.
Nothing bad
Yes,
ever happened.
celebrate it as a
okay?
bit more of a wake, much more silent and reserved. Many of the cities celebrate by staying up together in unified groups to watch over each other.
Oh, okay.
It'd be kind of like sending off the like candle parachute balloon things or whatever.
Lantern.
The
Little
lanterns,
lantern.
Not that kind of celebration, but
No.
is that kind of idea.
Yeah.
It's like a stay up late. It's like an up all night party
Stay
kind
up
of thing.
Mhm.
It's
Stay
just
up late and
quiet.
look for Santa Claus, except instead of Santa Claus, you're looking for the monster who's gonna fucking stab you.
Sometimes the monster that stabs us is ourselves,
Or
There would
Santa
be
Claus.
or Santa Claus.
there would be a shop that is mainly about travel and adventure specifically, that does sell survival gear and whatnot, and would have a set of decanter of endless waters available, each
How
going for
right is that?
750.
750.
Okay.
Jack,
750.
I know you just wanted one. How much is it? How many is a set?
Okay, it's endless. We really only
Yeah.
need one. We can share it, right?
Yes, but here's the thing. If we want to drown people or flood something,
Yeah, I mean there is that option, but it's weird.
Ashton's looking at me like I'm crazy. If like there's a dungeon underground and we don't want to clear it, but there's things there we need to kill, we can just like stick like 4 of them around the entrance.
Okay,
Turn them
okay.
all on.
Let me make this clear to you, though. It does only produce, at absolute best, 30 gallons of water every 6 seconds. Yes,
That
that's
is-
a fuck ton of water, but at the same time, do you understand how much a room takes in gallons of water?
That's why I'm saying we need multiple. Nah, it is an idea though. That's all I'm saying. It is an
It
idea.
is a conceptual idea.
How-
Also, you know stone and dirt is porous, right?
Yeah. How much? How many of them are there? Curious.
He has a set of 5 currently in stock.
Get like 60, have them all in a bag of holding, turn them all on, turn the bag of holding.
3750. You know what? Fuck it.
We don't actually, Jack. This plan's never gonna actually work.
No, I was just
I
thinking
think it's
everyone
funny.
having their own would be kind of cool too.
I mean, yeah, just so in case of anything.
Yeah,
We
I'm
only
yeah.
need 4.
gonna say fuck it. I'm gonna ask him if he would sell all 5 of them for 3K.
Make a persuasion check.
It's a 750 discount, just so you know the math.
No, I know, yeah. So it's buy 4, get 1 free.
Yeah. Hey!
You do see a bit of a struggle in his face, kind of like that is a huge chunk of profit there. But he also doesn't mind releasing all of his stock in that moment, possibly making
What
it look a little
else
bit better.
Does this guy have? Because I'm curious about other little, quality of life while we're camping kind of shit.
He has... Oh, by the way, he'll say yes.
Okay. I'll shake his hand and give him a nod. $3K.
You're
I'm gonna go
broke
ahead and
again.
Give everyone their own decanter. I'm gonna hold on to the other one. I'm pretty much keeping that one just in case Vanilla comes back.
I'm assuming these things are okay to go in the bag of holding, correct?
If you so desire, yes.
It is not a pocket dimension.
I'm just making sure.
Let's go into my bag of holding. One is gonna take a
How do I find this thing?
decanter. Just type it in.
Ah, there it is. Add.
That way we can now
Cool.
get rid of like any water skin.
He does have 2 decks of miscellany, which are literally decks that you can pull cards off and just like have it summon things.
Oh, like a deck of illusions, but it actually
Yes.
summons shit?
Yes.
Kind of cool.
Until we summon a dragon that attacks us by accident.
Actually, that's a good
Are you
question.
sure one of these doesn't happen to be a deck of many things?
You don't know until you draw a card.
Oh.
And you do get to pick the card. It's not like you just draw it random. You do pick,
Oh.
like, oh, I want the 4 of diamonds for the whatever item it holds.
Ashrin, I would love if he did do this, but he wouldn't just give us a deck of many things like this.
Unless he was a chaos fucking agent or.
Hey, listen, there's something. It's out there.
Yeah.
There's out there.
That was one of my
It's
first
canonically
questions.
One
Mhm.
deck of many things.
Yeah, I know.
That was one of my first questions when I started this campaign. Is there a deck of many things? And he said, yes,
And-
it is out there,
yeah.
and I know where it's at.
I think you said there was one, right?
There is one. There is a singular deck of many things out there, and I know exactly where it's at. It
Is
is
it-
discoverable at all times, but obviously with the right conditions.
You know what?
At a random
I
casino.
bet it's on the Sun Island.
Yo, we need to see this. I
Something to.
want it. I want a deck of many things. I want one. I need it.
I'll tell you 2 things. One, there's only ever one in existence, just in general. For
Just in general, because
Yeah.
that shit's broken.
2,
Okay,
it is
this is
out
actually
of
pretty
game.
cool.
At a game, the deck of many things is classified as the campaign ender.
Because it can do literally anything.
I actually had one of my characters sent to hell, trapped in, just like Rog. But we were also like level 5.
How much does he want for this?
The deck of miscellany, he is selling for 600 gold pieces.
You know what? I'm gonna do that. That sounds like a fucking blast.
Okay.
Are they like friendly
He has
when you summon
2.
them?
They're not things, or they're not creatures.
Nope, they are things.
Oh,
They're
And they are
just
things that
random
become
items.
permanent.
I
Oh,
can't
so
put them.
they're
I
like-
can't turn them. I can't turn them back in to like the cards, but like I just have a deck of cards. That's a bunch of random shit.
Yeah, like you can instantly summon up an iron pot. You can instantly summon up daggers. You can instantly summon up a forgery kit. You can instantly summon a tent, stuff like that. Like
So once it's been used,
all of this
though,
shit's just in a deck of cards.
so once
Is
it's
it
been
is
used,
it used?
you cross
It's
it
like
out.
the cloak of many
Brand new.
things. Or,
Brand new deck. Cool.
Brand spanking new.
So-
whatever it's called. The robe with all the patches where it's like you pull one and...
Yes.
Once
Except
you
this one, you
use-
actually are aware of what's what.
Yeah.
When
Wait,
you
no,
use
you
all the
remember that the
cards,
robe too?
it's all gone.
600.
Yes, 600 gold pieces.
You know what? Cool. I'm gonna do that.
Okay.
This is something that doesn't refresh itself though. Like it, once you use it all
No.
up, it's gone.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I get
But the items are permanent.
Yes, the items are permanent.
It's like the cloak useful items, or robe of useful items, or whatever it's
Yeah.
called.
Yes.
Just figure to clarify because there are some that just
There
go
are
back
some
into
that
the
do
deck.
disappear after some time, yeah.
Yeah. Some that refresh themselves and shit.
But for the most part, the rest that he has is mostly standard adventuring and or survival equipment. Like rope, actual physical tents, sleeping bags, and other such things of the sort.
This is not an item in D&D Beyond.
It should be.
Deck of several things. Deck of many things. Deck of
Deck of
illusions.
miscellany, so.
It's not there.
Well, let me see if I can give it to you.
Okay.
Let's see, what book is that from?
The deck of
The Book of
many items,
Things.
I think.
Book of Many Things.
Yeah. Book of many things, thank you.
Do you own that one?
Deck of. Oh wow, it isn't showing up in here. What the fuck?
Did
Not
you,
even for me.
did you not buy it on D&D Beyond?
I guess not. Oh yeah, because that came out after I bought the collection thing.
Yeah, this one is actually relatively new, if I remember correctly.
Big seed.
You can pull a fucking window out.
You can.
Yeah. And that you put on a surface, and you can literally look through the surface.
I was about to say, is it like a portable window or a portable hole, but it's a window?
Kind of, yeah.
Kind of, but I think it's permanent once I stick it on.
Does that mean you can then
It
break
doesn't
the window
say. It just says which you can place on a vertical surface up to 5 feet thick, and which allows you to surface. Doesn't say binds and becomes like that.
Can I just move the window and stick it on something else?
I don't think so. I think it is. I mean, I imagine it means it as a fucking window.
Zach, does it say you can take it off?
It doesn't
It
say you can
doesn't
take it
say
off, but it
anything.
doesn't say it becomes permanent either. But like realistically, trying to carry this thing would be crazy because it can get up to 5 feet wide and 5 feet high. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big window.
It's a window of opportunity.
glass of oil, 5 silk rope, tackle, leather pouch containing 18 gold pieces.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Random
But
historical.
it has some money in there too.
8 gems worth 5 gold piece each. 10 feet of
Iron chain. That's kind of cool.
Spears. 15-foot wooden pole. A burlap sack.
Yes,
Just
unfortunately, I
got
don't
some
own the
random shit.
since I don't own the book, can't add it in. But you can just put it as a custom item.
Custom.
Yeah. Alright. I will do that. And then I will make myself a little chart that I can stick in my notebook.
Yeah.
Or maybe I'll find a deck of cards and actually make it.
That'd be
You
kind
know,
of cool.
it's still so sad to me that for if I've ever played a card slinger, I'm using the actual like built-in card thing because I got 2 decks of cards. And I 100% would be fidgeting and playing with those things the entire time.
Oh, they have a broken ass car slinger type feat that is ridiculously strong. It allows you to essentially put a spell onto a card. You can cast that spell as a bonus action. And it has to be like. So essentially, let's put it this way. If you went 19 levels of cleric and then 1 level of wizard, you could take a 9th level wizard spell and put it on that card and cast it as a bonus action.
So you can just
Jesus.
bonus action wish.
Yeah, you can bonus action wish, whatever the fuck you want, time stop, meteor, as a cleric, without access to that spell. Yeah.
But
So
to be fair, you can, if you go 20 levels wizard, if you get a spell scroll for a different class, you can already.
by raw, technically no. KTK's got some fucky shit going on, allowing you to
Yeah.
do that. So the only way to get spells typically outside of your class is to multi-class into it.
Mm-hmm.
But he's got something special in his world. That was one of the mysteries of us trying to figure out what the fuck's going on with that, because normally these scrolls shouldn't be there.
Any other fun things in this store? I like weird magic items. This is fun.
I'm waiting for him to just say, "There's a gun."
Yeah.
It was a singular gun. It is the one. gun in the
Honestly, that would be so boring for me because in my other 2 campaigns, there's guns.
Yeah.
It'd be fucking hilarious for me because I have no real ranged weapons. Jack just pulls out a
Not seem to
Glock.
have anything else necessarily interesting. The only other thing that he has, survival-wise, is a special map tube.
Map tube?
A map tube.
What
One
is in this
that-
map tube?
Absolutely nothing. However,
Oh.
if you are to place a map inside of it, it will store said map. And any time that you roll it out, you can roll out the map of your choice.
Oh, so we could like
a-
put a bunch of maps in there, and then it'll just roll out the one that we want.
Can you put things that aren't maps in there?
No. Well,
Any document,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Documents
No.
that aren't maps.
no. It is maps.
just
Okay.
just maps. That's kind
There
of
goes-
cool.
There goes my joke of Fulmer finally got his magic filing cabinet.
That's what a bag of holding is.
Kinda, yeah.
You're muted. We cannot hear you.
Carrying around a map tube is huge. So we probably can't put that thing in a bag of holding.
You can. The mouse is only about like.
No, it's KTK. It's a pocket dimension.
Oh, the map case
The
itself?
map
No,
tube.
because it
It's not-
eats the map.
Okay,
Eats the
that's
map.
that's a good
It's a
clarification.
mimic. Kill it with fire.
That is very shady.
How much is it? I'm just kind of curious.
This one runs at 350 gold pieces.
Okay, but here, how many maps are we using? Honestly,
How many maps do we actually have?
I think I have one map.
Unironically,
have
yeah, I
any
was gonna say, I'm
maps.
pretty sure I have one.
I think
Dalmar might have maps.
we probably have 2 because with how long Jack lived in Borisland, he probably had a map in his little ring home because he was just traveling all over the fucking place. I would assume. I didn't actually have it like written anywhere, but like
I imagine
it
it's not
makes
the most
sense.
detailed thing in the world. It's just
Yeah,
it's a Jack map.
but again, I mean, he had money when he left, so he probably would have bought one. But again, it's
Yeah.
probably the same one that Volmer has, so it's like we have one map total.
hmm
So it can't do other documents, so it's not like we could put like important things in there.
Yeah,
it.
no, just maps.
Let's grab it just for shits and giggles. What if we find some ancient ass map with like,
Finds an ancient ass map,
I mean-
it eats it. We find out it just doesn't spit it out.
dude, that'd be fun. Well, we're gonna find out what the map you have or whatever, or I have. First off, fuck it. You said
But-
350 for that thing.
350.
Just because it's Jack's nature, I'm gonna ask to see if he'd do it for 300.
Make a persuasion check.
We are spending a lot of money.
There's a very high hesitation before it kind of goes on with. Fortunately, it's a very good item for adventurers such as yourselves. Can only give it for the proper pricing.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll give him 350. Just because it's funny. I like items like this.
What do you mean I'm over my carrying capacity?
Is it an actual item or did you make it?
No, I made this one.
Okay. Did you actually make it in D&D Beyond, or should I?
I did not. This is
customize
just
it?
on my listed documented map or items that I just have.
So I will add.
I was like, you know what? He would have one of these.
Uh,
It is Luma after all. This place has a bunch of wild ass shit. Call it the rolling map case.
case description.
I was trying to think of a really funny joke, but like, I thought of the Rolls Royce map case and then the Raid Shadow Legend map case, so I've used my funny today.
Okay. Add that bag of holding because doesn't come with any map, does it?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
See if it already eaten some maps.
Has not, unfortunately. It is a freshly new map tube.
It's like it ate some expensive magical map not even the owner knew about.
Right. I do find it funny that this decanter of endless water was the first magic item I was going after with my first character. Finally get it 3 characters later. As, you know, clean running water for someone who's a healer. Makes sense. But I think I'm good personally with Jack.
Okay. By the way, if you want to just copy paste a description, there you go.
It's funny, you were writing one up and I already wrote one up too.
Big pain.
We'll just copy yours. Okay, so paste.
There's some grammatical errors in there, but that's to be expected.
Is there a way to like mark it as magic? Beyond?
I don't believe so, actually. So if anything, I'll make that. I'll make that and I'll add it to your sheet.
Yeah, that'd be something that you would expect them to have, is to be able to
Be able to
a
mark it
custom-
as magic with rarity, yeah.
Yeah.
Be kind of nice.
Oh. Okay.
But in other case, after a short and sweet trip to a survival shop of sorts, the rest of the day is yours, as it's still being the early afternoon, even with all the walking and whatnot. And, as you so desire, if there is a period of time in which you want to simply relax and let time go, what is the plot?
Wilmer relaxing, he's fucking going to the library and researching, he's training, he's not relaxing. I keep forgetting that I just have Dick in a Box in my inventory. And then I scroll through my inventory and I see this item named Dick in a Box with a description probably has a demon in it.
So it's it's the infernal puzzle cube.
Oh, that's right!
He's got demon dick.
That's how I know for a fact that's what that is, because I'm like, I know you named that dick in a box, and I hate that you named it dick in a box.
Because it's the perfect name for it, but I just keep forgetting that I named it that. So every time I scroll through my inventory, I see Dick in a Box.
You solve that, it's gonna literally be a demon dick in a box because of that.
I mean, it's kind of like me going through all my shit, and all of a sudden, magic vibrator, manacles.
Of course, they're right next to each
Y'all
other.
have weird shit in your inventory.
Oh, 100%.
Uh,
I know that magic vibrator is literally just a stone that's meant to be a distraction tool, but Jack just... Ugh.
I mean, you said it.
It's a
I'm still trying to figure out
distraction
how
tool.
my equipment is 123 pounds worth of shit. Weight carried 145 pounds. But I don't know where that's coming from.
Bag of holding
The bag of holding only
And
weighs
backpack.
15 pounds.
and backpack.
The backpack weighs 5 pounds.
No. Well, backpack weighs 5 pounds on its own, but you're actually filling it with stuff.
I just took everything out of the backpack, popped it in the bag of holding, and I still am carrying a crap ton.
Well, yeah, because your equipment does weigh stuff.
I'm not wearing armor. None of these magic items have a weight next to them.
I mean, the only thing you're missing, as far as I can see here, is 2 pounds. Oh, your component pouch.
What do you...
Because you are carrying 123 pounds. The backpack is 5 pounds. The bag of holding is 15 pounds. That's 20 right there. So you're already at 140.
123 pounds coming from? That
Okay.
including myself? My
Oh,
own
wow, that's
weight?
not even including the staff. The staff itself doesn't have a weight to it.
Yeah.
Your
Yeah.
clothes apparently are 6 pounds.
So you have 2.5 pounds times 5 there. So that's what? Another 12. But that's still, yeah, 6, 7, 8.
I don't know. That is a lot of weight coming out there.
Right? Like, where is that coming from?
I wonder if it's
Unless
just.
that's totaling everything, but it shouldn't be.
It shouldn't be because your total is actually at the top.
Which is still a lot.
Yeah, it's like it's.
Oh, it's totaling my coins! Why are you doing that?
You didn't mark not counting coins, did you?
Yeah, you have to,
You have to go to your actual editing character sheet.
Yeah.
You didn't mark that off.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, like, looking at her shit, I'm at 78.5 pounds with, like, my.
Oh, that explains so fucking much.
I was really confused.
That's funny as hell.
Where?
Oh. I feel so weird that the magic items don't have a weight to them. I kind of get it, but also it's kind of annoying or weird.
Is there a place to change
Yes,
that
you have to go
now?
to the very first tab. Like the very first tab of the character sheet. It is literally your base settings of the character sheet. In home. Or sorry. Wait, yeah? It should be home.
No?
Yeah, manage character and levels. Should be.
Wherever you do all the settings for like
It's in
HP, what sources you're gonna do,
I found
it's at
it.
the bottom. Yeah, that one.
Ignore coin weight.
Yeah.
There we go.
Name suggestions? Jackson Shade Flame.
That's pretty edgy.
Yeah, I
It's
don't like
edge
it.
as fuck.
It is.
But in either case,
That's much better.
there you go. How long have you gone with that? Just not noticing that.
I don't know. It popped up and was like, you're encumbered. And I was like, I'm barely carrying anything. What is this nonsense?
Technically, you're carrying a lot of things, just not anything to actually weigh you down.
Right?
But
There's also no place to say that my coins are actually in my bag of holding.
no,
which
there's
is
not.
stupid.
Yeah, that's why you just have to mark it or not on that settings page.
Yeah.
Okay,
But-
so
Alright.
week time. What are you guys doing?
First week, Jack's sleeping. He's not leaving his fucking room. We still have a free room board at that one in.
Yeah. I think Ashrin might go out and like explore and do just random little trinket shopping and treat herself to some spa days.
Easily enough to do so. While the stay itself is free, spa days, depending on how luxurious and over the goddamn top you want, like we're talking mud baths, face skins, hairstyle, pedicures, manicures.
What is the full fucking works gonna cost me?
The full works, like a complete, just head to toe, everything done in a shot. 15 gold pieces.
Oh fuck yeah, I'm doing that. Jack, do you want to join for a day? I will pay for you. No? Alright.
On that first week, Jack is dead
Just
to the world.
chillaxing.
Alright.
Just sleeping.
Just chillaxing and just perusing town. Just sitting at park benches, staring at the trees among the area, just watching the people.
No, he's not even leaving his room.
Is he even
He's
eating?
comatose.
No, he's eating. I'll bring him food. I'm gonna make sure he's eating.
Yeah.
I mean, at the same time, you could stay at any of the fucking hotels here. So I can imagine him going to, like, the top fucking hotel and being like, give me your best room service.
Yeah.
Didn't we only have free room and board at the one place, though?
No,
I
it's
think it was
anywhere.
just the one place.
Anywhere in Luma.
It's anywhere.
Oh, yeah.
I
They,
told him
I mean, the
it's
one
not-
place-
Room service
Free
needs to
room
be
and
paid
board
for,
anywhere.
but room itself, you could just go and ask for a presidential suite if you really fucking wanted to.
yeah, that's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Best
fair.
fucking digs.
Wouldn't
He'll
it
get
be
room
the
service
royal
and shit
suite
like
rather
that.
than the presidential suite?
Hmm?
Wouldn't it be the royal suite since
Yes.
democracy does not exist?
Well,
Does.
technically it does. Those are just lords and ladies, nobles, dukes, burgomasters.
Yeah, because where Jack's from is ran by a council too.
Oh, okay.
In either case, just for sake of brevity, go ahead and just mark off, let's say 7 gold pieces for room service, 1 per the day.
How much is my food gonna cost me?
How high you looking?
I don't know. I'm just wandering the streets, and if I see something yummy, that's where I eat.
If you just see
Cafes.
something
I'm probably
casually and
eating
yummy,
dinner with Jack in the room.
for weeks long, it was just perusing and trying out whatever cuisine you just come across, either at like a stall of some kind, or maybe just like a restaurant that just catches your nose in that very specific instant of just a very nice meal ready for you to eat. I would say 4 gold pieces for the entire week.
Okay.
Just letting yourself just travel around and enjoy whatever sweets, treats, spicy, non-spicy, anything of the gourmet variety. as
Street
well.
tacos.
There are some that do have what says to be the skin of some sort of animal, otherwise being undisclosed but not questioned upon by many people.
I'm gonna avoid those ones.
You do see that. Well, at least a lot of people like them, and well, you're probably not one of them. You don't know what's in that chicken nugget. I'd
Yeah.
rather know what's in the chicken nugget.
Yeah, exactly.
Weeks long of just finally taking some time to yourself to relax and have a time of your own. Fulmer, you said you're going to be training and studying.
Yeah, so first things first, Volmir is reattuning to the crown.
Okay.
Then he has this bag and blade handle he kind of wants to do some reading on,
Okay.
and just gonna try to identify the origin of. To
Go
kind of hide
ahead.
away.
And make me an investigation check.
Investigation. 19.
19. First thing being that the civilization that has used the moniker of Ruby and Amethyst, one that was never truly known that well, mostly due to the fact that it was mostly a crafting kingdom of sorts. One that regaled itself on the essentially fashion capital of sorts that it held itself up to. And while it did raise to extreme heights, fabric is not going to help you defend against the Age of Chaos. And while records of it are near non-existent at that point in time, as expected, by the time the clouds cleared and the fires faded, all that remained were the cinders and remains of whatever someone may have still claimed from this kingdom itself. Of which you would still be able to find the name of it being the Zufel.
So, I know for a fact that I can't fix the sword at all. Could I theoretically use mending to repair the bag?
The bag has long since degraded to time and age. That is not repairable by mending.
Okay. It's very interesting. You know, I'm gonna, just out of curiosity, I'm gonna take it to the 5Ms and see if they're interested in it at all.
Oh, easily enough to do so. I mean, I imagine you're researching at the M's.
Yeah, I mean the actual people, the M's.
Mm-hmm. And you would be able to find one of them. The one you find being rather silent in the moment. You see him ponderously looking through books and whatnot, and when you do approach him, he doesn't even look towards your direction when you approach. Goes, "Yes, how may I help you?"
On my adventures, I found a bag I figured you might be at least interested in. I can't do much more research than I already have on it, but maybe someone with more downtime might be able to. It has links to the Zufel Empire, along with a broken blade.
You see him close the book in that moment, looks to you, goes, "Zufel? We haven't got one of those in near enough of a decade. Allow me?"
I'm gonna offer the bag, and and the blade, because I'm assuming I'm not putting the blade in the bag.
Do note that the blade is separate. Like a separate situation.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Never mind then.
Yes.
Never mind then. Ignore that I brought the blade.
But you do see him kind of like look over the tattered and long decrepit bag and goes, "Interesting. It's a lot more whole than the last time. I thank you for this. My sister will enjoy researching this further herself."
If so I would like to get in contact to maybe follow up on this. Is there any consistent way to, and no offense, easy way to make sure I'm talking to the correct M?
Identifying is a bit of a difficulty, but at the very least, if you ask for Max, you will get the one you desire.
Okay, I'm gonna write that down. Max has the bag. Okay, got that written down. I probably should have asked for payment. Out of character, I'm realizing I probably could have gotten paid for that.
But the blade in itself, though, in researching it, having already have a little bit of a knowledge on it, having been a empire that may or may not have been directly the downfall of Keeley itself. Well, you would not only get the name being the Kingdom of Keter, once a very prominent military force, hence the rivalry between Keeley and whatnot. But a lot of the talks when it came to its militaristic force did kind of feel a lot more like a serpent's body sort of way. They will still stay strong as long as the leader stays strong, and while at some point in time the king fell ill and thus dying a very early death, he had two sons, princes, one of which was not believed to be belonging to the throne, and while the other one being very much more capable in stature. However, this capable one went on his travels one time and never returned. It was highly believed that Keeley sent assassins after him when he was on his travels, away from as many of his guards as possible, and once the fledgling prince took hold and proved to not be of position as they believed, the kingdom befell a long point of economical depression before eventually it seemingly fell apart on its own. To which the land now is claimed by Keeley itself.
Yeah, and they really just fucking screwed over an entire kingdom and said, okay, you're mine now.
Kinda.
Good way to get more land.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, it was a low-key rival for a long time, and then they kind of went like, well, we fucked up. Our king's dead, our best prince is dead, and our worst prince is now leader.
Honestly, considering trying to make use of the hilt somehow. Not sure how or what I'd use it for, but... I mean, it's aged down, obviously, and the blade is broken, but, like, is the actual build of it well? Like, because I'm assuming Volmer can identify. Despite that, was it well made? Was it a noble sword? Was it, like, a common sword?
It would have, in essence, have been a high-quality blade back in its day. Bar none. It would have been amongst rivaling that of Dwarven make.
We can get that to a good smith or to someone who knows what they're doing.
Could.
Wait, I'm curious. Hey, fuck, how am I forgetting my friend's name? I feel bad for that. Hey, Erdal! God,
We're
today
all
is
fucking
the
forgetting
day of
names.
What'd you say?
I was gonna ask him if he had anything to say about Sword Hill as a swordsman himself.
There'd be a bit of a pause, but, I've heard the name before. Unfortunately, I don't believe I've ever passed through that section of the world. It is unfortunate to let something so refined be lost.
Let's try to see that it's not lost. Hell, if I can get it, if I can find someone who can fix it, might be a good gift for Jack. But hey, maybe you might... Actually, no. Actually, you know what I want to try again? Sorry, I'm like all over the place. But we have a week, so I'm gonna be a bit all over the place.
Yep.
Turning Irdal into a rapier. Last time I tried it was kind of a bad time.
As far as you can tell, and especially spending some time into investing on trying to transform Irdal to a different form, does not seem successful. And he further implies that it feels as though his form is mainly specified on the user's best choice.
Well, I was trying to change it because I think there's better choices now. Make
Well,
a
for your
long
case
sword.
scenario, this is debatably one of the best choices. Option of two-handing it.
Well, I have high strength with the crown, which is why I was saying longsword or rapier might be better.
Indeed. It would be better outside of the crown. Or with the crown.
Even without the crown, rapier would be, I'm pretty sure, is objectively better.
It would be. But it's also a blade. Actually, I don't think so. I think rapier's D8.
Rapier should be D8 piercing.
This is D6.
The D6?
Yeah, I'm doing it. That's why I'm like, I want it to be a rapier.
But isn't it a longsword right now?
It's a short
No,
sword.
short sword.
It's a short sword, which is D6 one-handed.
And it's what is it?
2d6 two-handed, but I can't two-hand with Blade Song.
No.
Oh, okay, well. So it's pretty much the same thing. There's no difference between besides aesthetics. At that point.
Also, it wouldn't fit
Yeah.
the sheath.
I assumed the sheath changed shape too, because it
No.
wasn't originally the shape when we got it.
It is still in the original shape, but it's still, the hilt still sits into it.
That's fair. Okay.
'Cause I don't know if you realize this, but a good chunk of blades, they sit by the hilt, not by the blade itself.
Yeah. What are you laughing about, Ashrin?
I looked up a list of random magical trinkets, and some of these are absolutely hilarious.
Oh God.
There's some really good. There's a good one that I used for when we started. Pretty. I love it.
Okay. And then Wilmer's probably the rest of the week just gonna read up on fighting mechanical foes like the dragon.
Okay.
Trying to research how something like that might work. And then he's just gonna go to the forest and continue practicing the no look thing he was trying to do with Yrtle.
The what?
Where it's like we're using Yrtle's sight to guide his own.
Oh, okay. I see.
Which we kind of gave up on, but not really, because I still think that would be really cool.
Mhm.
It might be really
Take
helpful.
blind fighting as a feat.
I have like 1 feat left, and I think Warcaster is way more important.
First off, go ahead and make a investigation check, or just straight intelligence, since you're just trying to find details on how to combat automatons. And there's no real book that says here's how to beat an automaton.
There is one singular book that says here's how to beat an automaton.
But obviously, none of these are detailing a mechanical dragon by any means. But there are occasional listings of bestial-esque creations and constructs and whatnot, but most of them all detail a lot of the usual things, that each of these mechanical creations each have a core of which obviously are protected under layers of armor and or are just difficult to hit in one way, shape, or form. A vast majority of them have set patterns, and depending on its creation, could be abusable, if not easily used to counter said creation. And while combating these things really does depend on what exactly it is you're fighting, in most cases, at the very least, if you go to whoever created them, you can get a good idea as to what the plan was, and thus use that against them and whatnot.
Oh, great, so we need to go to Atlantis to figure out how to fight the fucking dragon.
But beyond that, go ahead and just make me a... Let's go with 3 wisdom checks throughout the...
So what I'm hearing is one of you casters needs to get the water breathing spell.
I have good wisdom, but I can't roll.
That last one's not bad.
That last
Oh,
one's
it's not
good. It
bad.
took 3.
The first day, you two actually feel practically in sync. There's a lot of degree between you two that you can tell that there is fluidity working in that connection that you have. And while the second day, there's a lot more rougher edges in trying to maneuver yourself in order to work more efficiently, there is still a unification there in some way, shape, or form. It isn't until near the last of the days where you kind of try and focus and make sure that you're still in sync and whatnot to actually put forth and follow through with the effort itself is also your worst day, unfortunately, as there's a unwavering disconnect, almost like Irdal is completely and utterly distracted in the entire time that you're training on that last attempt.
Everything okay, Erdal?
I don't know. Something feels wrong.
He has his memories back, right?
He does.
Okay. So it's not the date, because he probably would have remembered something. What do you mean something feels wrong?
I don't know. I want to say it feels like a memory, but it also feels troublesome, different. Like an omen that you see in a dream and can't shake.
Wait, is he referring to just the training process in general? Or
Make an
just the
insight
feeling?
check.
Insight.
21. It very much does feel like he is referring to what you're doing now. This closeness of connection, that there's something to him that's making him wary all of a sudden.
Do you perhaps remember anything about a previous wielder that's bringing this up?
I believe that's what is troubling me. My previous wielder, strangely enough being a goblin, he's not here with me. But you were with me when you passed. And now, seemingly trying to get closer to one another, I fear that will go further than the last.
I'm going to be honest with you, and probably with myself for the first time since I died. I'm terrified of dying again and of being back there because when you grow up, you learn of the places you go when you die, and you hear these stories, and it's part of why I try to live to be true and try to live to be honest. But also, I try to ensure that those around me can live better lives. Just so that way, while they're alive, they can be better. But now there was nothing. It was like a dream, and yet I know I don't want to die, but at the same time, I need your power to protect those I care about. I need your power to protect my family, both now and then. Even if it cost me my afterlife.
If that is what you are willing to pay as a price, I will continue. But do know that it is a very, very high degree outcome that you will be the next me.
Maybe. I wonder what would happen to you if that happened. Maybe you'd be freed?
Mayhaps I'll be put to my own arrest. Mayhaps I'll return to Mother. Or I'll be back with my family. A thought for the far future, my elven friend.
What? Let's try to keep me from passing on again. I would prefer for us to continue our partnership for a while now. Plus, I feel like we have some friends we need to stay around for a while longer.
Their lifespans are short compared to yours, but I'm sure that holding on to these memories will do you some good. Especially if you slay a creature such as that dragon. It troubles me to think that something like that existed in my age.
Well, I guess it should be us that undo it if your age has done it. What's better
Let us
to destroy...
continue. Oh.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, what's better to destroy a weapon from the past than a weapon from the past? Or a warrior from the past, I guess would be better.
A worthy notion. And one that would be quite fulfilling.
And then I'm gonna continue and go back to trying not to think about dying.
Go ahead and make another wisdom check for me.
Fulmer dice.
I get a 1. 14?
That's an
There's
intelligence.
definitely still more struggle there, but at the very least it feels like you're starting to get back into that flow between yourselves. But with time passing on, Ashrin losing all her resistances and her vulnerabilities. Because you were resistant to dragons and vulnerable to dragons, and you were vulnerable to oozes as well. But those are now
That's right.
poofed.
I think probably one of these afternoons when I'm feeling particularly ballsy, I'm gonna go outside of the city and attempt to cast this Chaos Bolt out of the spellbook again and see what happens.
Are you
Okay.
tracking down Bulmer or Jack to work as witnesses here, or
Nah.
As you cast the Chaos Bolt out of the book, and you feel that energy flows through you, a different form of casting this time of all things. And it definitely doesn't go all that well, as the instant that you cast this, you instantly watch as that magic, chaotic as it is, splits off in a completely different direction. And while it doesn't
That's not where I
harm you,
wanted
or
it
really
to go.
anything,
It
it's kind
doesn't
of like,
hit the tree I was aiming at.
yeah, it just goes out to a completely separate tree, and it's kind of like, ugh. Roll d20.
for a surge, or is this to see if a surge happens?
What's your surge number?
I'm at 1 right now.
No surge. Goes up by 1.
Now I will go find Volmer.
Bulmer probably sitting down for, like, taking a break, eating something.
Mm-hmm.
Just enjoying the nature of the forest for a bit while...
Oh, he's out in the
training.
woods?
Yeah, he's training in the woods.
Oh.
I imagine that each of you all keep each other up to date, with Jack being comatose in the room. Is constantly being like, he's in the forest. She's training with spells. Dalmar's probably pickpocketing someone. He probably got arrested.
I would assume Dalmar does, like, mental comms every morning.
Dalmar goes to jail by the end of the week.
If he's doing metal comms every morning, unless y'all are congregating in Jack's room for some weird reason, he's not part of that comm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's full on just vegetating.
Valid.
Part of me thinks that everybody's resting in that room, but it very much is like and Jack, this room is yours, goodbye.
Yeah.
No. Jack's gonna make it a point to have a separate
We
room
get
for
free
everyone
rooms.
else.
Why would we all share a room?
Yeah,
this time?
we're not sharing
Just to
a
stay
room.
connected.
Yeah, like it would be Jack and
Ah,
Ashrin's
fuck that.
room. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So I go wandering through the woods to figure out where Volmer is training.
Okay.
And I'm hoping I'm not interrupting anything important.
Currently just in the midst of a break.
Yeah. I'm gonna be like, I cast the Chaos Bolt out of the book and nothing happened. Like, the spell went off, but no wild magic.
I mean, she's really excited. Also, could have just been fucking sheer luck.
Okay, that's okay. Let's, I guess, see it again to make sure it's not a fluke.
Okay!
No, not saying you're lying. Just this is kind of a huge
I
deal.
shoot it at a tree!
Boom! Launches into a tree. Whatever energy that may be, impacting and scorching the bark.
Oh,
So
shit.
close, but no cigar.
If that
Yeah.
was a surge, I would have laughed so
That
hard.
would've
I would have been so upset.
Hilarious.
The timing of it would have been perfect.
See?
My question is
Okay.
though, does she feel the wild magic like trigger? Because previous times,
If she's
The
she's
previous
felt-
times it's been an instant wild magic surge from the
Mhm.
casting
but
it.
usually when he
Yes.
narrated that you know, we're getting closer and closer, like you'd feel it bubbling up on you.
described it. Failure.
That
I
was-
don't feel the pressure, but I do know that, like, it's getting
It's
closer.
collecting, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know, like
Because also in prior times I've always described that because she used to build up to double surges.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I think the wild magic still could occur, but it's not every time I cast it. So I could theoretically learn spells and cast them out of the book.
Oh, that's what the. Get it now.
Okay. Just Wilmer's like full analysis paralysis. Okay, what does this imply for magic? What the fuck? A sorcerer's book casting? What the hell? Okay,
Of the sorcerer book casting, and we have fucking someone making scrolls that cleric spells can be transcribed to wizards.
that's what I was about to say. Can we then try? Okay.
Can I learn a spell? I want to learn another spell.
Okay, I can teach you a spell. I'm just like, because Wolmer's like, because he now has the harm scroll too, which he wants to mess with, and it's like, okay. So your ultimate goal is to learn sending, correct?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so
I mean, or whatever else you have, or whatever else we find. If I could do this, it'd be really cool.
it would be. I'm shocked that this has implications for magic as a whole, but okay. Let's build you up slowly though. Slowly.
Okay.
Can't.
What do you have? What other first level spells could I learn?
I was. Yeah, we should probably start with.
We
first-
should probably
continuing.
do a lower common
I
spells.
was gonna say start with second since we did first with Chaos Bolt, but
But
okay.
Chaos Ball was something I already knew.
yes. So let's start with something you don't.
Let's do another lower level.
Okay, Volmer's like panicking, like reaching for his book, like fiddling with it.
We're like nerding out in the woods. This is great.
Okay, so my spell list, and he's like flipping through pages and like, no, not that one, no, not that one. Would you happen to know, you know, you've cast that one. Comprehend languages.
I don't know that one.
That'd be a great starting point. Not exactly
Okay.
aggressive. It's pretty passive.
Can you
you-
ritually cast that?
Comprehend languages. You can.
Ooh.
So we can pull a bunch of tests with it without worrying. You can translate things.
I don't
to
know if
Jack.
I could ritually cast that because I can't
maybe
ritually
I do.
cast things.
That would be another thing to experiment.
Yes, it would be.
Okay. Volmir is going to start trying to teach Ashrin the spell Comprehend Language.
Okay.
Okay. Teaching her is not too much of an issue. Scribing it down
Mm-hmm.
I have
will
16
require-
levels of. I have 16 levels of stuff. We can inscribe a first level spell.
You can as well. You can. It will take an Arcana check from Ashrin. $13, not great, but is enough in order to
Yay!
describe a first level spell.
Okay. Hold on. Let me. Add.
I'm kind of curious, what background did you?
Noble.
Oh, okay. I would say haunted one would have been another good one for you.
We have two nobles We have two nobles, a scholar, and Dalmart a criminal, right?
I believe so. Either that or a skulker, I believe.
Wait, no,
Well-
Jack took scholar too, didn't he?
Yeah, I was a scholar before.
Yeah, you both did.
He's now
City
something
Watch
else.
Investigator is what Dalmar took.
Oh, there's like a specific thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Can I add a spell?
My background, something completely different now.
Probably not,
No.
honestly. You might just have to
I
do it in the spell
cannot.
book.
Making
I
your own
can
handwritten.
go in and look at it. I'm keeping a list of the spells in the spell book, but I can go in and pull it up, just not add it.
Unironically, I was going to say, what I might be able to do is keep editing a magic item spellbook for you that, when equipped, gives you access to those spells.
Okay.
I might be able to do that.
I'm
Sounds
gonna
good.
try. I'm assuming this uses a first level spell. If I don't cast it, ritually, which I don't know if I can do. I'm gonna try to comprehend languages. I'm gonna cast that.
Go ahead and ignore that. That's just for me to make sure I remember to do that.
Okay.
Ritually casting comprehend languages.
Can I ritually cast? Because I was just trying to cast it from, like, just use the spell slot. Because sorcerers can't ritually cast things.
No, they cannot. Just making sure of one thing here. Yeah. Taking the time to chant the ritual casting itself as you feel the magical energy bubbling inside of you and consistently rising forth. And as you release the cast and you feel that intellect fill in your mind, roll d20.
So this didn't use the spell slot? Oh no.
Didn't. D100.
Oh no.
Imagine Volmir in all his excitement forgot to keep his distance for these trials. So he is standing next to Ashrin right now.
Fireball.
76. Wow.
Hold
Okay.
on. Did that just instantly occur?
It does.
What is it?
I ritually cast it and it instantly happened?
As soon as you finish the cast.
What happened?
Okay.
If you want to use the option, you might want.
Hold on. I haven't even
What
looked
is
yet.
it? What is it?
I'll let her say if she wants to. She has gotten this before, technically.
I'm curious.
Ashrin, what is
Instead
it?
to
Tell us.
passive. Okay. Or not passive, to neutral. Hey, Asher, which one of these two do you want?
The second one.
The
please.
second one? Oh, you sure you
Yeah,
don't want the first one?
I'm positive.
What
You
was the
can't
first
just leave
one?
us curious like this, you bastards.
So, I don't know, Asher, do you want to say what it possibly could have been?
Nah.
Okay.
Maybe I'll tell him later.
Yep.
I hate you.
No,
But-
the first option was that my dexterity score would drop to 1 until I completed a short rest.
So the
crumple.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally. She goes to stand up and she just like flops onto the ground. She's like, oh.
It's literally what happened to me the other day, Sunday. I rolled my ankle literally walking in my house. I was walking from my bedroom to the kitchen, rolled my ankle in the hallway.
But instead, as soon as you feel that rush of knowledge and intellect, the ability to comprehend languages, Volmer, you just watch as she just vanishes away from you. And she just appears 60 feet randomly between some trees.
Okay.
Okay,
Now that
that's...
may have happened because I ritually casted it when I've never been able to do that before.
Now, and Volmir is swapping his language and now speaking in Dwarvish. Did that work?
Do I understand him?
You comprehend his language.
Cool. Can I speak back in language?
No, you only understand.
No, wait, hold on. Is comprehend language only written?
I think you're right. I think tongues is what we're thinking of.
Yeah,
Yes.
tongues. Comprehend languages is written, so...
It's written, yes.
No, I
Other way
can't
around.
understand you
No,
while you're
no,
speaking
for the-
Dwarvish.
For the duration, you understand the literal meaning of any spoken language that you hear.
Okay, so it's understanding.
Okay, but I cannot speak
You
back.
cannot,
Tongues is what
Okay.
gives you the ability to make them
To
understand
speak back.
also.
Okay.
Wait, no, this is written really stupidly.
Hang on, I'm going to the
Oh,
fucking spell.
never mind. No, it's not. I just can't read.
Yes, it is spoken language that you hear. You also understand any written language that you see, but you must be touching
Okay.
the surface of the words. So yeah.
So, yes, I can understand you.
So it worked.
Yes. Now, I wonder what would happen if I used...
If we tried that again.
Well... Can I choose to use a spell slot instead of ritually cast?
Yes.
Okay, so if I do that, does it happen instantly or do I have to roll for it?
Only one way to find out.
Yes, I would like to do that.
So casting comprehend language in a singular action. Roll d20.
That one.
Get the nat one so you just don't know. Ticker by 1.
Okay. Okay. So that... I felt it, but it didn't happen that time.
Okay. Is that how it's been so far?
That's usually, yeah, because I can feel it with the chaos bolt, kind of like a little wibbly wobbly, like there's a chance. But when I ritually casted it, it just happened. There was no wibbly wobbly.
Wait, I thought you did roll for ritual casting it, didn't you?
No, I rolled
Oh, okay.
immediately on the table.
Okay. So you essentially get to choose to either save the spell slot
And have
or-
a surge, or use the spell and use a spell slot and have a chance at a surge. That's not a bad option.
That is definitely not a bad option. Granted, if the issue then comes, most situations we're going to be together, and if I have the spell, then if you know the spell,
and
I probably talk
that's
to you.
totally fair, but this is really exciting.
Oh no, this is fucking groundbreaking. Pardon my language.
I've
Fucking
never been able to do this
groundbreaking
before.
in terms of, I don't think, can Volmer roll to see if there's been any situation in the history of literally fucking ever of a sorcerer casting out of a book?
Okay, well, first off, the answer is yes, because multi-classing exists.
Oh, other than them like learning wizard, like situations where they are, I don't know how in lore would explain taking wizard classes, but like
There have been many times that a warlock or any sort of class whatsoever has endeavored to dive into the studies of other magical sources, such as books from wizards and rituals. This is not the first time this has been experimented upon. It is the first time that, at the very least, you have encountered it to not suddenly be something strange. Magic in itself has been explored a lot. What has worked and what hasn't worked, though, that's depending on if they explode or not.
the fact that we haven't exploded yet,
Kind of,
is-
yeah.
fucking groundbreaking. Okay, so how does? I'm assuming I can't teach her a cantrip.
No.
Yeah, because cantrips aren't in a spell book.
Yeah. Second level spells do I have that I could try? Okay. Let's try something with concentration.
Okay.
Wait, is that... Real quick, I need to check. Comprehend languages. Is that compre? No,
No.
it's not concentration. Okay. And let's go up a level to see if this works.
Throwing shit at the wall.
It's
Literally,
so
literally.
we're like over time already, but this is so exciting.
Yeah? No? Yeah?
Okay,
Plus, also, hey, your husband was late. You can deal.
Well, I mean, he wasn't late. He gets home at like 2:30.
I'm going
2:20-ish.
to try to teach you invisibility.
Okay. I've been
Okay.
invisible before. This should
You
be
have.
easy, right?
Hopefully.
Okay.
And I'm
Ashray?
gonna mark off 2 more of my things.
I will buy you more. I promise.
Ashrin?
You already gave me a bunch of these from when you originally were trying.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure that was how he has so many,
yes,
because
but-
the ask.
Still.
Arcana check, Ashrin.
10?
Attempting to scry this spell proves far more difficult and strenuous.
Can I get the
attempting
help
that-
action?
Does not. It has to be all on her.
Yeah.
Fortunately, it does fail as you watch the final sigil etched in there. Almost instantly, you watch as the page kind of burns away in a chaotic mess of arcane failure.
Arcane failure, that's my middle name!
Write that on my tombstone.
Okay. that failed once. Would you like to try it again, or want to?
One more time, and then we'll be done for the day. It's a harder spell, so that's
It is a harder
expected,
spell.
right?
It is a much harder spell.
Okay.
We're making a huge jump. Let me mark off 2 more. Boop, boop.
Oh! Actually, you know what? Hey, Ashrin, roll d20 for me.
Oh no!
We're playing with literal fire here. Ah, it's just a passive. You're fine. D100.
Shit!
Fireball, just right on both of us.
65. You've never had this one before.
Oh no.
Oh!
Please tell me this makes you invisible.
No. No, it does not. That'd be funny.
As you
That'd be fucking
as you watch the page burn to cinders once again in an arcane failure, you almost see this leap of arcane kinetic energy leap to Astrid as you watch her fingernails just suddenly creep over and grow to a animalistic length of unnatural nature. And Ashton, you can even feel inside your own boots. It's just like bending and curling and piercing against you as even your toes.
This sucks because I totally just got a pedicure and a manicure.
Yes, you did.
This sucks. I just did my nails. Okay. So we learned that when I don't do the spell scribing correctly, bad things happen.
Can happen.
Or can happen. No, that one was kind of, well, it didn't happen the first time. It happened the second time. Maybe I just did worse the second time. I don't know. Can you check my work? Do these look bad?
As she's holding up, you see the fingernails jutting past the book.
Just the burnt pages. And
When
the
you were
pages are just
watching me, was the second one obviously worse?
She definitely felt like she was desperately flailing for the second one. Like she was like just
Okay.
being desperate, writing down, trying to get it this time.
Okay, so I think we both just got a little excited.
Okay, we need to take a break.
We need to take a break. I have more training to do anyways. You have been enjoying your vacation. You can continue to do that. We'll get to work on this another time.
I'm gonna
She
have
says
to
as
go
she
get a
looks at her.
pedicure again. Yeah, I'm gonna go do that. I'm gonna go redo my nails. Probably at a different place.
And as you watch Ashton kind of like just walking away, you see her like her feet are definitely uncomfortable, almost like she has
Yep.
some reduced walking speed there.
Have fun.
Yeah. Thank you.
Always happy to help.
Yeah. And then I will make a note for myself next session to buy more spell scribing materials. And- What?
Also, real quick, go ahead and just mark off 3 gold pieces for getting
Okay.
that
Okay.
Manny Petty.
Thank you. So stupid.
So I was that one I liked right in that one. That one was pretty good.
That's great. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna make note. We're gonna do more spell scribing materials, and Ashrin is now on the hunt for something to bump her intelligence up a little bit.
Alrighty, and right now the current spells you have are in your custom item, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It's chaos bolt and
comprehend languages.
languages.
Okay.
That's so fun. I'm so excited.
100% pull that out on Jack randomly to make him like just to.
I mean,
We speak the same languages anyway.
Yeah.
I know, but like, because he's still sad he can't read other languages, right?
Funny thing is, if you want your intelligence higher, we'd probably go to the same place Jack has been thinking about. Nightshade.
No. No. I'm not doing a deal with a fucking hag.
She's not a
Whose
hag.
I
daughter
got
you
into
just-
this shit in the first place.
She's not a hag. She's a witch. Difference.
a witch whose daughter you just like get literally taken by the devil.
Yeah.
He's a
Uh-huh.
bitch.
That's the only reason why I haven't brought up going back to her, because that.
Nope.
No, guys, you got it wrong. She's not a witch. She's a bitch.
She's scary.
You
Okay,
can take her.
I gotta go do dinner time.
Yeah.
Soon.
And we'll come back to see if you guys still want some more rest time, as you actually would start seeing at the start of the next day in this instance, where several of the shops and several of the attendants and people seem to be preparing feast and their own personal little events for the fair of the night, which mostly entail being indoors for little poetry nights or music nights, performances and whatnot, and just staying for the time being.
We
Fair.
should totally just plan a little party with ourselves.
Bare minimum, we're probably going to be, vacationing for another week.
Yeah.
Jack ain't doing
Obviously.
fuck off. He said 2 weeks. Like, flat out, he's like, minimum 2 weeks.
Okay, so can I long rest and reset all of that,
Yes.
and then we'll
We have
start
2
fresh
weeks.
first
We can
thing in
long
the next
rest.
morning?
Yes.
We have fucking 14 long rests we are going through.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sure.
So,
we'll-
unless something you guys do remotely in that instance, for the most part, most things will be marked off. Only surreptitiously, more than anything. But, with that being said, as you guys are enjoying your time, practicing and whatnot, we'll come back to that next week to see what kinds of things happen during the Fair of the Night and any other such occurrence that you guys have for your time relaxing in Luma.